Hello, Big Globians. Big Glob is back today with a brand new video for you all. This is just going to be a bit of a rambling. Just going to talk about a couple of films that I've seen recently. So, a couple of days back, last Wednesday, I watched David Lynch's The Elephant Man. And I really loved it. Absolutely beautiful film that had me bawling throughout like a baby. It was flawless in my opinion, and it I've never felt such passion towards a film before. I've never felt such hate towards a character before as I have for Bites and that fuck ass hospital worker. Because when they were in John Merrick's room and they were pushing him around, I was furious. That man had gone through so much hardship, and you're treating him like a sideshow entertainment again. And I did not fuck with that. And when Bites took him again and put him in the cage with the baboons, I fucking fuming. So circus people, you the goats for letting John Merrick get back. And the bit where he's in the train station and he's running from all the people and they corner him in like the bathhouse or whatever. And he's like, "No! I am not an animal! I am not an elephant! I am a man!" Chef's kiss, David. Chef's kiss. John Hurt, I've only ever seen you in Alien and Doctor Who, but fucking fantastic performance. And I'm shocked that that didn't win Best Actor for 1980. Like, that was probably the best performance I've ever seen. Anthony Hopkins was also really good in it, but he just wasn't really like as good as John Hurt. There's I think my favorite parts of the film were when John's at Anthony Hopkins' house and he's with his wife and he just starts crying because his whole life he has experienced nothing but hardship, and to have people caring for him and loving him just makes him cry, and it made me cry. Uh, Another favorite part of mine was right after the hospital directors met John and John starts quoting the Bible, and you realize, wait a second, he can actually speak, and you realize that he's not the idiot that you think he would be. He's a smart, capable person. You realize because you realize you have also been judging him as well because he looks like that. You think he'd be an idiot, but he's not, and it's it's so powerful. And I mean, uh, like John Merrick, he's the same as all of us. Just because he looks so different to us doesn't mean he is different. He is so much more human than nearly all the people in that film, and he's the type of person I aspire to be like. Even through his hardships, even through the hell he's gone through his life, he takes strides and he keeps going, and I think that is just beautiful. And I think the film ends on such a perfect note. He's had he's he's had the perfect night. He saw the theatre, and he decides he knows he's gonna die, and so he decides to sleep as a human for once because he couldn't sleep as a human. He had to sleep like that, and so he gets into the bed and he lies down and he dies. And I think that was a perfect ending. That really just like capped off the film perfectly. I do think it's 5 stars. I think it's a wonderful Lynch, and it, it, I miss the fucker so much. I still can't believe he's gone. But yeah, and then the day after, I watched The Silence of the Lambs. Um, and I enjoyed it a lot. Yeah, it was a very very entertaining film. I thought Anthony Hopkins was quite good as Hannibal Lecter. Jodie Foster was very good as Clarice. It wasn't really that scary. I wasn't scared, but I don't know if I was meant to be scared. There was only one part where I was like a bit perturbed, and that was when she was in Buffalo Bill's basement and all the lights were off and he had the night vision goggles on and he could see her but she couldn't see him. That was super scary. But I thought Buffalo Bill was a really interesting antagonist, even if like it's sort of a bit transphobic, like just a little bit. Like it was 1991, so of course it's not going to be the most woke film around, but I didn't like that. I really liked Hannibal's escape where he escapes from the institute because obviously he wasn't the guy on top of the elevator. He's not that fucking stupid. He's clearly a genius. I thought he was the guy with the face, like the messed up face. And I like how he just leaves the film from there because even though everyone knows that Hannibal, like Silence of the Lambs has Hannibal Lecter in it, it's not a film about Hannibal Lecter. It's a film about Clarice. I also didn't even recognize Scott Glenn as the FBI guy because I've literally only ever seen him in Daredevil as Stick. So I was thinking I feel like I know that guy, but I didn't put two and two together because they were like 25 years apart, and so I couldn't really grasp that they were the same person because I also just didn't know. I thought he was good. Um, I got so, oh my god, it made me feel so uncomfortable when Buffalo Bill was like doing the thing with his nipple where he had the nipple ringing. Oh, I just kept because it just you feel it, and it's like when people talk about like getting their balls kicked in, you feel it, like, and it just put me, it just, and I can still get that feeling right now. But yeah, I thought the mystery was really good. Uh, I was really scared that that dog was going to get killed, and I really would have not liked that because I do not like animals being killed. Um, yeah, I thought it was a very interesting, and I did enjoy it. I thought it was, and it wasn't the most like beautifully shot film of all time, but it still had some like sick ass fucking shots, and I enjoyed it. Yeah. Then later that day, I rewatched an absolute goat, one of my favorite films ever, Spider-Man 2. Just mwah, chef's kiss, Sam Raimi, you god, you've made perfection. Tobey Maguire acting his heart out. Kirsten Dunst acting her heart out. James Franco, he's doing something. I'll give him that. Alfred Molina, absolutely amazing performance. I think it is a perfect superhero film because a lot of the ones nowadays are very formulaic. They're very much the same film, just in a different coat of paint. Like, there's not really any difference between, say, your Iron Mans or your Black Panthers or your Captain Marvels and your Captain Americas, apart from like some things. But Spider-Man 2 is a very, it's not like that. It follows its own formula. It's more about Peter than it is about Spider-Man, which I can't really say for any of the post-Raimi Spider-Man films, especially not the MCU ones. They're barely even about Spider-Man though. They're about fucking Iron Boy Jr. I despise those films, the MCU ones, but off topic. Spider-Man 2, mwah, love it so much. Uh, I think it's so perfect at every point, and I remember I know loads of the lines because they're obviously famous on the internet because they're so funny, but I still like when I'm watching it, I find myself like talking along with it. Some of my favorite parts would be the the train scene, obviously. Bet like Janie probably the best action scene in any superhero film. Uh, I really like that. I love the diner bit where Peter and MJ are in the diner and the fucking car just comes flying at them. That bit's cool. I really, I like the raindrops keep falling on my head montage. I think it's really funny and it is a very funny film and it's Sam Raimi, great director. I think one of my favorite shots is the bit where it zooms in on Doctor Octopus and you think you're just like that you're going into him, but you're actually seeing through like the reflection of his sunglasses, and that was tough as fuck. But yeah, just really, really, really like that film. One of my favorites. And the day after, I took a big nosedive, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Fucking hated it. Uh, I'm just gonna come out. Fucking despised it. Really, just not my cup of tea. Uh, I could see why the people like it, but it just was not for me. It's not the type of film I like. Because it has a lot in common with Dazed and Confused, which I also hate. I just hate when nothing really happens. Because in that film, it was just about Johnny Depp and Benicio del Toro tripping, like getting high. And I just didn't really care. It was just so annoying because it felt like that's all that happened. And I mean, it was well shot, and there were some points that made me laugh, like when the small person's walking, and he just walks into the guy's coat and just really disappears that bit, and also the police officer bit where he's driven out of Las Vegas and the police officer follows him and starts asking for a kiss. Yeah, just not really my cup of tea. It felt like it went on forever, just completely not a film I like, but Full power to anybody who likes it. If you That's your cup of tea, that's your cup of tea. Then yesterday I watched Blue Velvet, another Lynch. Really, really liked it. I thought it was a really interesting story. And Frank, what a villain! Dennis Hopper, what a performance, man. Isabella Rossellini is also really good as the character whose name is not coming to me, but I think she's good. Um, Carl McLaughlin, he's great as fucking Jeffrey. He's and it's weird. It's very much the perceived. It's very much a Lynch film from like my perceived notion of what Lynch is. That very much is because I've only seen two of his films, Elephant Man and Blue Velvet. So I don't really have a firm grasp on what Lynch is, but I'm exploring his filmography at the moment. But I think Blue Velvet's a really, really strong film that I very much enjoy. The mystery is compelling. The villains are compelling. I think my favorite scene is probably the bit where they're in like the weird bar place and the Ben guy just starts like they put on that like 1950 so they start seeing like moving along to that. I think that bit's great. I also like the bit where Frank's like got Jeffrey in like that logging place, and he's grinning and he says, "Do you want a love letter from me? Because if you get a love letter from me, you're fucked." And there's the like woman dancing on top of the car. I thought that was really great. Um, there was some parts I didn't like. Uh, I didn't like the whole like the hit me stuff. Just not my cup of tea. Um, I feel like Laura Dern was kind of just there. I mean, she didn't really need to put in a big performance, but she just felt like she was there, which is when compared to like Dennis Hopper and Carl McLaughlin, it just feels like she's not really putting in that much effort. But I really like it. It's shot well. It and I think it's a very enjoyable film, and I like it very much. Then the final film I've seen in the last couple of days, watched it just now, is When Harry Met Sally, and it's one of my favorite films ever. I love it so much. I think it's such a compelling romance. I think, and I think it's just so beautiful, the story, and it's shot amazing. Rob Reiner, fuck your son, he's a piece of shit, and you go in it is an absolute travesty. Love you. You shoot it like a real motherfucker, man. You're like the bit where they're both watching Casablanca in bed, and like it looks like they're right next to each other, but they're not. Oh my god, just so beautiful. And bit at the end where Harry gets into the New Year's party, and he's like, you know, when you love someone, you want the rest of your life to start as soon as possible. That bit, oh man. I know I haven't really experienced romance, so I'm not one to speak because I don't think what I've had with anybody has been romance. But you know, it's just beautiful, and I love it. I love it so much, and I don't really have anything more to say on it because I've said it before. But yeah, just love that film. Love the acting. Love this. Love pretty much everything about it. It's a 5-star film. Yeah. So there's my mini reviews on the six 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 films I've seen over the past couple of days. You know, I'm going to keep doing these. Every 6 films, I will create a mini review for each of them and upload them onto the channel. So, thank you for watching, and I will catch you on the flip side.